some nice hot water for my kettle, and I thought we could go through all of the tea that I have that's caffeine free, because I'm currently doing a caffeine cleanse because I'm insane. And I thought we could just go through, talk about the tea, the flavor, the ingredients, and pick out one for you to put in this mug right over here. And let me show you the mug really quick. It is very full, very hot, and it says Merry Christmas. But yeah, so I thought we could do, it's a little bit close to another video I did, except we're not going to have the kettle. Side note, the kettle broke in that video, and I was worried I was going to get electrocuted. That's professionalism. You couldn't even tell when I rewatched it. Yeah, I've got 11 types of tea here, so we're going to go through and see what you would like. This is only caffeine free, so if you want to know how much tea I drink, this is just the caffeine free. But let's start. Starting with, I think this is technically a seasonal flavor. We have cinnamon apple spice. These are all Celestial Seasonings. I buy a lot from them, to be honest. When I found out that there had been a cult involved, I was like, oh, I might have to switch. But the guy that ran the cult basically had those activities, is no longer with the company, and no longer has anything to do with, like, doesn't get money from this. So, heck yeah, because I love them. I adore them. This is Celestial Seasonings Herbal Tea, caffeine free. And you can tell just from the front here, you got 2 apples and some cinnamon. It's very straightforward. And if we look here at the ingredients list, there is cinnamon, hibiscus, chamomile, roasted chicory, natural cinnamon and apple flavors with other natural flavors, orange peel and roasted carob. You can taste the chicory, I will say, definitely. If you've had like roasted chicory in anything, you will definitely taste it in this. I always use 2 bags of most of these types of tea just because the flavor can get a little bit too light. So to really get a lot of flavor, you usually have to do 2. So I normally do 2 bags of most of these. I think all of them actually. They're regular black teas. I only need 1 bag, thankfully. Yeah, this one just tastes like cinnamon and apple, to be quite honest. There's a nice vanilla kick, and you can taste the roasted chicory. This is kind of like a little tiny story time, but I will say I had done keto years ago, and this is the only thing that kept me mildly sane during all of that, because I wasn't vegan at the time, so I'm like eating chicken skin and these fat bombs, and my body eventually just told me to stop. I just started puking. That's how you know not to do a diet. But this tea came through for me so much, because I felt like I was dehydrated all the time, and I couldn't have anything really sweet or, fruit. So there you go. It's a very, very good choice, to be quite honest, and it's especially good during the fall, of course. Anything cinnamon flavors to it. It's just this very, like, deep orange flavor, but there's a lot of passion fruit as well. Ingredients for this are hibiscus, rose hips, blackberry leaves, orange peel, natural tangerine flavors with other natural flavors, and hawthorn. Now, I will definitely say there's a lot of hawthorn through this tea, and it does definitely come through. It tastes very nice. Same thing with specifically, it seems like most of the zingers have blackberry leaves, and they come through along with the hibiscus. It's a very nice, subtle, just herbaceous, and very, like, fragrant floral flavor. But yeah, this is very good. The passion fruit does come through quite a bit. And then, of course, my little zooting chicken there. This is definitely very good if you just want something that's like orange juice but you don't have any, to be quite honest. This has, it says has vitamin C added there. Rose hips, orange peel, natural flavors of tangerine, orange and blood orange with other natural flavors, hawthorn, hibiscus, and blackberry leaves. You can see the hibiscus and blackberry leaves are a lot lower on the list, so the flavor's not quite as tart, but the orange comes through a lot more on this one, and there's some passion fruit added as well. I actually don't know why it doesn't say on the Tangerine Orange that it has passion fruit. It does though. I mean, I bought off the website for that reason, to be quite honest. But those are both very good options if you're looking for more orange juice. I would definitely say the vitamin C shine if you want something more tropical. The Tangerine Orange Zinger will absolutely have you. Next one is something I don't drink too often. This is the Fireside Vanilla Spice, another herbal tea. This one is also normally seasonal. You can see here on the front, there's a little cat by the fire. You can see vanilla, cinnamon. It's a nice, what is that? That looks like ginger. Yes, it's ginger. Right over here. So it's kind of letting you know what's going to be in the flavor. This has cinnamon, ginger, licorice, cardamom, and natural vanilla flavors with other natural flavors. Now, I barely drink this one, and the reason being is actually the licorice. I don't know if you knew, but you need to limit the amount of licorice tea that you drink, so this goes very slowly in our household, because essentially there's another one I'm going to mention here that I do drink on a regular basis that has licorice, and I usually have to wait a couple days in between just to make sure that there's no, long-term effects. If I remember correctly, I can't remember if it's your kidney or liver. If it's your kidneys or your liver that licorice messes with, but it's one of them if you have, continued consumption over time in large quantities. So just to be safe, we usually kind of err on the side of caution. But since you're just having a cup of tea today, this is obviously a very good option for you. It tastes like, I guess you could say it very much tastes like, exactly as it says, it's just vanilla spice. It just tastes very nice and warm and comforting. The licorice does come through, which is kind of this herbaceous sweet flavor. It's very sweet licorices. This is a good one to add stevia to as well, definitely. It's just a very nice, soothing tea, so if that's something that you're looking for today, definitely let me know. This is a very good option, of course. On to the next. Alright, so next one I have for you here is another seasonal. So this is a holiday tea. It is Candy Cane Lane. Now a lot of people either love or hate this one. It's kind of, I would say it's a very turbulent tea. Very divisive, I mean. So you can see here on the front, it's a green tea. This decaffeinated, so it does definitely have a little bit of a different flavor compared to the other teas, just because it's a green tea base instead, and it is decaf as well. I haven't had any issues, if I'm doing a caffeine cleanse where caffeine has lost its efficacy on me, so I just stopped drinking it for a couple weeks and then get back to it, which I'm doing right now because, again, I'm insane. This has not set me off, and anything at a certain point would set you off. But you can see here on the front, there's a lot of polar bears, and they're painting the stripes on the candy cane. really smooth too. I normally use 2 bags of this one as well, but 2 does definitely go a long way. 1 goes a long way as well. But yeah, a very good option for you. On to the next. Now we're getting into some of the regular zingers that you can get pretty much year-round. Some of the other ones that I showed you are not the most common to find. But this is definitely one that you can find pretty much everywhere, and it is a wild berry zinger. Again, this is one of my spouse's top 3. They go insane for this one. So, it's herbal tea, caffeine-free, and you can see it says gray hot or iced, and that is true, to be quite honest. I've had this ice, and it's delicious. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It actually tells you exactly what's going on in the tea on the package here. You have a nice base of hibiscus down here, and you have all these berries coming up. So you have cherries, you have raspberries, you have blackberries, you have strawberries, you have, oh, that's another cherry, and you have blueberries as well coming through here. This is a very berry forward tea, so if it's something where you are a big berry tea fan, this is probably going to be the one for you because it's very sweet. It's very nice. It has hibiscus, it has rose hips, roasted chicory, orange peel, blackberry leaves, natural flavors of black raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, red raspberries, cranberries, and cherries, with other natural flavors and citric acid. It's a very tart berry tea. All of the flavors come through very well, and again, it's hibiscus tea, so it kind of has that nice tart, beautiful floral bottom to it. This is a very good option. You don't necessarily need 2 bags with this one, but I highly recommend it if you want the most flavor, and definitely squeeze the bag. But this, honestly, I gotta be honest, it is one of the best ones. It's one of the best zingers. I just try and stay away from it mainly because my spouse goes insane for it, so I try and make sure they have plenty, you know. But definitely let me know if that's the one that you want. Next one is the other licorice root tea I was mentioning earlier. And this is red zinger. Not red raspberry, not red anything else, just red zinger. An herbal caffeine-free tea that is also, again, great hot or iced. Now, I've actually not had this one hot or iced. I've not had it iced, I've only had it hot. So it has hibiscus, as you can see here, orange, and I feel like that was supposed to be something else. You can very clearly see on the front here, though, that there's plenty of hibiscus and orange as the base of this tea. And this tea has a very interesting flavor, very interesting. It has hibiscus, rose hips, lemongrass, peppermint, orange peel, natural flavors, licorice, lemon verbena, and wild cherry bark. Now, I do definitely want to say this is probably one of my top favorites because the flavor is so unique and wonderful, and just, it is simultaneously this nice tart hibiscus flavor with a berry coming through, along with lemongrass, which lemongrass tea I absolutely love. It's wonderful. And the licorice comes through with the peppermint as well, and it kind of like this cooling, but it's a sweet cooling flavor as well. You don't need to add anything to this one because of the licorice. It's just kind of sweet. This is one of the first blends that was actually made by Celestial Seasonings, and they actually have a race that's named after it. Seasonings herbal tea, caffeine-free, great hot or iced. You have the hibiscus here, and you have plenty of watermelon and lime right through there. It's basically letting you know on the front what's going to be happening under the hood. It has hibiscus, rose hips, orange peel, natural watermelon and lime flavors with other natural flavors, and blackberry leaves. You will see the blackberry leaves pretty much in all of the zingers as well. This one, it tastes exactly as it says on the tin. It just has such a nice kind of, almost like a candy watermelon flavor with just a hint of lime in it. It's very refreshing. The hibiscus gives this entire just nice, it's a very deep base. Again, that floral sweet flavor, almost berry-like as well. And then you just have the watermelon mostly taking up the rest of that flavor just with that. It almost tastes like the candy watermelon flavor to it. It's just so potent. And then the lime is not like super in your face, but it just is this nice, in the background kind of accent. It's just very good. It's a very good tea. It does not need any sweetener. Most of the zingers do not need any sweetener whatsoever as well to be nice and sweet and wonderful. Last tea I have for you is the lemon zinger. Now this is another herbal tea, caffeine-free, great hot or iced, hibiscus and lemons. This tea contains hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, orange peel, lemongrass, lemon peel, whole dried lemons, natural lemon flavor with other natural flavors, and citric acid. The lemon comes through like crazy on this one, but I will definitely say the lemongrass does come through quite a bit too. This one, instead of just being super, super tart, the flavor's kind of complex, to be quite honest. The way that works with the hibiscus and the lemongrass, it ends up being kind of just, it's a very smooth tea, and it's a very complex flavor, but it's not overly tart, it's not overly sour, and it's not overly sweet. It tastes exactly like it's a big hit of lemon, and then this nice hibiscus and lemongrass base to it that comes through as well. It's a very balanced flavor to it. It's a very good tea, definitely. I wouldn't recommend adding it to any of the other ones to give a lemon flavor because it's just, the tea is made to stand on its own, you know what I mean? But it's very good. This is definitely not one of the sweeter ones, I would say, but if you're looking for something that has hibiscus and is not quite as sweet, this is definitely, it's a very good one. Alright, so I have gone through 11 different teas for you. Do you know which one you would want? Oh, okay. Well then, let me just grab that. That one was right over here. Perfect. Just opening up the package. Alright, and I have put the tea bags in. So we probably have to wait just about 5 minutes or so. Your tea should be completely ready, and you can tell me whether or not the notes I gave you actually got across with the tea. But I hope you're doing so absolutely well out there, and you stay well, and you stay safe. I hope you enjoy your tea, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic, wonderful